Hey y'all, this is a quick video showing me using mostly AOA products. I thought I did have everything that was AOA and I was totally wrong. So some things are not AOA Studio, but for the most part it is. This is me putting on the face primer. Now I put on the concealer. I can't tell you which one it is, but you can see which one it is. And the concealer and the face primer, I will say I wore both of them. I recorded this video yesterday and I wore all the makeup all day, and I can tell you what worked and what didn't work for me. And the face primer and the concealer did really good. They held up really well, and I think I wore it for about 12 hours, so it did really well. And a little bit of this concealer goes a long way. I put way too much concealer on my face, so it's almost foundation because I had to wipe it all over my face. So definitely, if you're using that concealer, a little bit goes a long way. And I gotta get something out of my eye. These voiceovers are kind of challenging to do. There we go, stupid. Turn off the light where you can actually see. Okay, now I'm using that Power Wear foundation. This is the 4th time I've used it. And I actually kind of like this one. And this one does not break me out like the last formula, the foundation that they had. And I love these sponges. Best sponges you could buy right there. But yes, this foundation is definitely, it's a good one. It is definitely worth the money. And I'm definitely going to be buying some more in the future for sure. And I am the weirdo. I use a dry sponge. I don't like a wet sponge because, I don't know, I prefer a dry sponge. I'm just weird like that. So I gotta get a little bit more. The concealer, you can put too much on. The foundation, you can't get enough of. It's like kind of opposite. But it all works out. I get most of my face covered. And it is a buildable foundation. It's a medium coverage, but you can build it up to full. Now I'm using the AOA Perfect blah 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 powder. I could see it went by too quick. But this is a really good setting powder too for the price. I mean, I guess you can't really screw up a setting powder. Well, no, I guess you can, but they did screw it up. It's a really good powder. And this is the powder in chestnut, and I've seen a lot of people review it on Shop A's website, and they use it as a contour, and it actually does work for my skin tone really well. But a little bit of that goes a long way, as you can tell. I really had to blend that out because I got too damn much on my brush. So I'm almost a little too fair skinned for this, but I make it work. Because hopefully one day soon I will get a little bit of tan going on. Maybe. So I like doing the trick of putting it underneath my lip, my lower lip, to give it a shadow, to make my lips look like I have, like, yeah, what's that girl's name? Kylie's lips. Just to kind of fool people to think I might actually have some lips, but I really don't. Now I'm buffing out that because I got way too much contour on my nose. So I'm just taking my excess powder off my brush. Blending that crap out. Now this is the blush, and it's in Mod, I believe, or Mood, or something like that. It's a really nice nude blush. Works really well for my skin tone. $1 for that, so you can't beat that. Most of the things are $1, except for the concealer, the foundation. I think they were like $1.55 or something. Oh, and the primer. I don't think the primer was $1. So I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Oh, okay. I know what I'm doing now. I'm taking that nude color. I'm going to set my eyes with it. I always like putting either a pressed powder or something on my eyes. It just helps for me to blend out my shadows better if it has kind of that powdery base. So that's what I was doing. Now let's see, what else am I going to do here. The brow gel, brow pomade, brow whatever. Okay, Wonder Brow. Yeah, this stuff, I'm not a big fan of it. I've used brow pomades like this a couple of times, and I'm just, in general, I'm not a fan of it. I like a pencil better. But this stuff was just, it was a little too stiff, and it was kind of hard to get on. But I guess if you're used to a brow pomade, this would be okay for you. It was also a tad bit, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, a tad bit too dark. So I was really trying to go in light-handed whenever I was putting on these brows. And I snorted. Y'all take a drink. I can't even do one of these without snorting. Wow. Okay. So we're still putting on my brows. This is like the longest part of my makeup routine, I swear. Is trying to get your brows on correct is a nightmare. I have said this in the past, I do shave off half of my eyebrow. I shave off the tail parts, that way I can shape it to whatever I want. I like to take it more out, where my natural brow grows kind of downward like a horseshoe, and I don't like that shape, so I do shave off half of my eyebrow. And it works a lot better for my face, and it kind of gives me more of a facelift effect than if I had my natural brow. So I'm just taking that same powder and I'm going to use it as a contour up in my crease. Because I don't have a lot of eyeshadow products from AOA Studio. I don't have like none of their palettes or anything. So I was kind of improvising, and I thought I'll just use this powder as an eyeshadow. So that's what we did. So I'm just basically contouring the shit out of my eye. Yeah, I would love to have one of those Jeffree Star mirrors, but as you can see, I'm so stuck on using that Too Faced cat eye palette that even if I had one of those mirrors, I would still probably use that palette. And it's so small, I don't know why, I always use that one. It's such a tiny mirror, but yet that's the one I gravitate to. So now I'm going to use this highlighter, the velour highlighters from AOA Studio, and I want to use this for my eye, and I can't tell what color it was, but this stuff was weird. It was very wet. It was like something happened in making it. They put too much liquid, but you could see, look how much it's so liquidy. It's like it's not set at all, but I mean, it held up for an eyeshadow really well. It stayed on my eyes all day long, and it didn't move, it didn't crease. I was really thinking it was going to crease as wet as it was in the pan. So I'm just going to add a little bit more to my outer V. I like darkening my outer V as much as I can to make my eyes look a little bit bigger. Kind of pull them upward as well. So now what the hell am I doing? Oh, under eyes, there we go. Just taking that same chestnut color, the same powder, and just running it underneath my lower lash line. And we're going to take another highlighter. This is a different one. This is a little bit lighter in color, more champagne, where the other one had a champagne gold. So I put it on my inner corner. Kind of brighten that up. I'm also taking it on this brush. Gonna flop it there on my brow bone. Flop it. You don't flop makeup. I'm going to place it on my brow bone and I'll flop it around. Okay. Now we're going to put it on my cheek. This is not a blinding highlighter. It's not going to make you look like you rubbed a bucket of KFC chicken on you. It's just going to give you that natural kind of glow, which sometimes I like that, especially if I'm doing pinup makeup. I don't really want to glow like a Vegas sign. But then there's other times, yeah, I want you to see me. Okay, this is the AOA Studio Fat Something Primer. I thought, well, I take that back. I do have AOA Studio Mascara, and it's the one that's the 2 steps with the fiber and the glue or whatever it is. I hate that mascara. The first time I tried to use it, within 10 minutes, the fibers were falling all in my eyes, all over my face, and I threw that shit away. So this is the only kind of mascara I have right now. So we're just going to use this primer, let it dry. And then I'm just going to use one of my other mascaras over the top of it. And this is the buttercream eyeliner from AOA. And I can tell you off the bat, I don't like this shit. It was very hard to put on, and once again, it's really stiff. And I was really have to push on my eye really hard to get that stuff to go on. It was almost getting to the point of uncomfortable. And it's smudged really bad because I have really watery eyes because, well, you know, my allergies. And it's smudged really bad after the first 2 hours, I think. So for me, it's not a very good eyeliner at all. It just doesn't work for me. Now, most people who doesn't have allergies from hell, this would probably work really good for them, but not for me. But this is a forest green color. That's like the darkest color I had in that stuff. I have the green, I have a red, a blue, and a purple. And the purple doesn't hardly show up at all. The red's okay. Yeah, like I said, that face tells it all. I didn't really like that crap. I like liquid liners, like the ones with the little paintbrushes or anything to those creams. I just don't like the creams. Okay, that's the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and I love this mascara, so I put it over the top of that primer. And to be honest, the primer didn't do shit. They look the same as what they would if it was just the Lash Paradise. But I will say that primer was hard as hell to get off last night. It took me forever, and sitting here right now, it's still chunked up in my lashes. And the Lash Paradise never does that. Oh yeah, dumbass me touched my nose. So I got a black spot on my nose. But the Lash Paradise doesn't do that to me. It comes off quite easily. So I'm not a big fan of that primer either. Yeah, see my dot. Because I'm a dumbass. Okay, there we go. Clean it off. So I'm going to touch it up with a little bit more powder. So I'm trying to show you, like I said, it doesn't really, no. It doesn't really do much. The L'Oreal does it just as well on its own. So now we're going to try the setting spray, and I don't really have nothing bad to say about the setting spray other than it was hard as hell to get the cap off. And it sprayed really funny at first, like it was jizzing on my face, but then I got it fixed. So yeah, it's okay. It's a setting spray. It's about all I can say for it. Alright, dry that shit off, sister. Dry it off. Alright. Now, what are we going to do next? Oh, I think I was looking for a lip color because I do not have nothing from Shop Miss 8 for lipsticks or anything. So, we're going to use something else in its way. So, this is a Maybelline something lip pencil. Yeah, I'm really an awesome makeup tutorial person for sure because I can't remember the names of shit. But yeah, I'm just overlining my lips as usual just to make them bigger. Does it work? Not really, but you know, it makes me feel like it worked. So I'm just deepening out the inner corner a little bit to kind of give it that shadow effect. I just placed some of the color right there. There we go. Kind of uneven as hell, but it works out. Now I'm going to blend it out into my lip, so it's not such a stark line across there. Just feather it out some. Now this is the Everlast from Kat Von D, the Shimmer Veil. It's in like a gold champagne color, and I'm going to hope to God this color works. And guess what? This color combination worked really well. Looked really pretty. Yeah, I wasn't for sure how this was going to work out with that lighter and I dropped some on my table. That's what I was looking all weird about. But it worked out. And I love that glimmer veil. It's real shiny. It doesn't have that... you can't really feel the glitter. There is a lot of glitter in it, but you can't feel it. It doesn't feel like sandpaper on your lips or nothing, so... I think that's the finished look since I'm showing off my face. Yeah, it's my finished look, but overall it was okay. The products were okay. I had some fails and I had some hits. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thanks for watching me. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Just look up Rebel Jackson. Anyway, see you later. Love you guys. Bye.